hour on QF, and then the remaining half hour on whatever other things. But there's not that much on other things. So I have like QF like check-ins I want to talk about, where we're at with everything, and then also just like talk a little bit about Giveth Pro. And then the other things that I have here are basically just like optimism, give backs, and give power. This is done. And checking on the design for InstaBoost. But that stuff is going to take very little time. So yeah, basically mostly QF. And I'm not distracted, but I am eating a bowl of really yummy fruit and yogurt. And I will pass it to Mohammed.
Thanks, Lauren. Hey everyone, I'm here to can see how can I help on the QF in the backend side. I don't know what front-end guys needs more, and I'm here for that. I have no distraction. I pass it to Cherik.
Thank you, Mohammed. Hello, guys. Nice to see you all. My intention for the call is to talk about the QF and the remaining issues, and also talk about optimism for give power, and also I think give a stream. And maybe we can have a demo for QF and also for the issues that we implemented in the optimism side. That's it. I pass it to Monique.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon. Here to help. How can I be useful? Where I can be useful? And also, wow, I think we have 2 demos today, if we have time. And it's going to be very good. I'm not distracted. Assign me task if you want, or tag me, and I pass it to.
Oh, who did you pass it to?
Mitch?
Oh, it sounded like Mitch. Go, Mitch. You go.
I just heard and I was like, oh, that sounds like me. Yeah, I'm here to check in on the Giveth Pro contract. Looks like GiveFi is canceled, so I want to spend more time working on that contract instead, and also talk about optimism, give power as well. So I'll pass it on to Griff. I was late. I'm sorry.
That's perfect. Thanks. I am just excited to see what's going on and a little distracted because I'm on sort of vacation, but I have to check it out my Airbnb, so I'll just be packing during this call a little bit. I'll throw it over to Ali Reza.
Thank you, Griff. Hello, everyone. Today I'm here to see the demo of the QF and also see how can I help in moving forward the QF. And that's it. I pass it to Amin.
Hello, everyone. My intention is to be helpful, and I like this call finish sooner, so I can attend my son graduation party. So it's holding right now. And yeah, I'm not distracted. I pass it to Jake. Have you gone? I pass it to Matthew.
Thank you, Amin. Hey guys, GM. For me, I'm very curious about the Giveth Pro. A bit sad about the cancellation of the GiveFi. And I'm also here to present the demo for the referral new landing page that is finally done. So yeah, pass it to Stefan.
Yeah, I'm here to be more in sync with Giveth, understand what's going on, what's being developed, and this will help with me creating better content for Twitter. I'm not sure who is left to pass it to. Sorry.
Let me see. Who's left? Franco.
Yes, I'll take it. Hey, everybody.
Intentions for the call is streaming and just catching up with everything that is going on for documentation purposes. I'm happy that the QF is happening here now. I was about to ask you where do I go to know like QF stuff, but this is convenient. And yeah, no distractions. And I don't know if I was the last one, maybe? I think so.
I believe you are. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, it looks like everyone went. Amazing. Okay, great. So I would love to fulfill Amin's wishes and try to end this call earlier, at least let him go early. So let's start just by diving into QF. Though I would love to see the demos maybe from Cherik on where we're at with the front end, and then you can let us know also, just like give us an update of where you're at, and then let us know your blockers. That's what Mohammed wants to know. So it's like, what are you missing from the back end?
Yeah, sure. Let me close the other tabs. Okay.
I'll stop sharing my screen so I don't watch Cherik's.
Yep. Okay, at first I tried to demo the passport banner that I think it's done and we can watch it completely. If you don't connect any wallet to the dApp, we should first connect our wallets. Let me connect. Wow. And because I signed in before the before this with my wallet, it's signing automatically and also fetch my scores. But let me remove the. Sorry, let me remove the. Yeah, try to connect again. Yeah, when you connect, it asks you to sign the message. For passport website, I sign and then it checked my score and also the minimum score for this round and show the correct message here, and also you can check the sorry, I didn't make it ready for oops, no.
What happens if you just click update score on the banner? Does it take you to this page too?
No, actually, I don't know where should redirect the user. I just put some links there. For example, sometimes for some destinations, I put the Gitcoin, and for some messages, I put this address here. For example, if the user is eligible for donation, I put the passport page for the destination of the link. But if the user doesn't have, I mean, the passport account, I redirect him to the Gitcoin passport. So yeah, something like this, and also you can check it here. Refresh the score. You can see the minimum and also the passport score here. For example, if I check with another account like this, ask the sign message again, and
We should probably have like go to passport, right? Because like you can refresh the score and it like recollects the score, but there's nothing from here that sends you actually to the Gitcoin passport page.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
Let me go. Like,
yeah, that's for the yeah, that's for the banner, and we can also go to the Sorry, the project page. Yeah, that's it. You can see the QF action card here. I don't know why some data that backend returns to us is 0. For example, sum of all projects is 0 in the data that backend returns, maybe because the dev database is not
Stable.
has not many donations and not stable. So maybe it's better to merge it to the staging. Then we can have see more donations and see more projects, and maybe this issue will be fixed. But no, we calculated them with the backend data and they are 0 because I think the all project sum is 0 and also project donations square root sum is 0. I don't know why. So, but this is implemented in the front end, and maybe we should have a call with backend guys and check it again. And also we have the donation tab here. You can see the donations for each round separately. There is a bug. I don't know why in the front end. Actually, I found that is a front end bug. But we can show all of the donations of each key front here, and also the information of that round here. We need to have the transaction and also the match fund of the finished round for each round. I think we don't have it in the backend yet, and it's our blocker for this part. And also we don't have responsiveness for this part. Maybe it's better to have a design for it. For example, I think it's not ready for production. And also about the donate flow, if I can go there, yeah.
Wait, before you go there, what were you missing from the back end for the donation card? You were missing like the estimated matching, or?
Actually, we need the we have all information for the all donation, but for example, for a finished round, we need a transaction that we send the matching and also all matching funds number here that we show here. For I mean, when a round finished, we calculate the matching funds and send it with the transaction there, and we should have their data to show the user here, and we don't have them. And for the current round, we have estimated matching. Also, I think we don't have unique contributors for each round.
I think we have it. I guess. No, but for
yeah,
the round we have it.
for this, yeah, for this. For example, if a round finished, we should have it for that, yeah. And also for the donate flow, let me check. Is it okay? Let me change. Try with another wallet. One give. I'm eligible for the for donation, and also we can set it here to make it easier and faster. Sign.
Looks good. And
before to sign the message, yeah. Before the sign, I think we have the same problem with the numbers, all project sums, and other stuff here. and we showed the 0 here because of them and not our calculation.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do we have any blockers for merging this to staging? Because it would be nice to like actually be able to test if we're getting the right numbers for estimated matching. Is there any?
I think first we should merge the backend to the staging, then we can.
I think it's okay. I think we can merge the backend to staging.
Let's think about side effects, Mohammed. If we merge it, we can do even bug fixing after that, because even the type donation table has lots of more variables in it.
The filters, or no, not the filters, but the just the post-round matching funds amount, right? Or what are you thinking is missing, Monique?
No, I'm thinking that if they merge it from dev to staging, because we don't have feature branch on backend, we only have feature branch on front end. So if they merge the current changes to the staging, I mean only backend. And the problem that might happen is that, for example, if we got a bug and want to merge the backend to the production, we have to all the changes that we have for the QF to the production again.
Or
I hope, or go ahead.
Or we can be careful and take branch from the production, make hotfix and merge it to production. Because I think we have nothing in the staging that we want to bring to make them live. So I think we can merge it. Plus for hotfixes, we should get branch from production. What do you think? And Carlos? I think it's. Carlos.
Carlos.
I didn't implement that part. I was like with Canon.
Basically,
Sorry,
what?
Carlos,
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Carlos.
Yeah, there's no major features on develop that we need to merge aside from maybe one or two hot fixes. But I think most of them I also merged to production so we can double check. But I think that mainly the only issue, the only big feature is QF right
Yeah.
now. So I think it's
Yeah.
safe to merge technically.
I mean, just to catch you up, like we can't have we can't really test the estimated matching on the develop branch because there's not enough donation data. So we want to merge that branch to staging. And Monique was concerned that like, what if we have to change something on production and then it's going to be weird moving from staging. Mohammed's just saying if there's a hotfix we need to do on production, we can make a new branch from production.
Yeah.
And then staging becomes our QF like playground.
And where become our playground, is it? The staging, because
staging environment. We want to merge the
yeah.
and have staging just like QF, and we're making a mess of it. And if there's anything that has to happen on production, we make a new production branch. And yeah, the question is like basically, do you have any issues with that?
Okay, the conversation is about testing on develop environment or staging environment, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what
that's okay. That I haven't been around the impact graph development so last month at least, and if people as we are slow on developing impact graph and we don't want to add more features, I think it will be safe.
Great. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Thank
Mary
you.
Jack will be so happy. What do you think? Then we can actually test estimated matching. It'll be great.
Yeah, and also we need some for the merging to the staging. I think we need the responsiveness also, but we can fix it also in the staging. Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so we need that.
And
Basically, we need that like as soon as possible. I can bug Mo about it. I think he's still working today. See if we can get that.
And also we have QF page, that QF projects page with this address /QF. and I think all of us saw this before. Just the filter section is changed, and as Lauren told, we removed the project features section here and just show the accept funds filters here. That's it. I think we see all issues that we implemented.
Looks great. Yeah, that's awesome. I also, Cherik, in the Figma, you were asking before, in the Figma, I put comments about where all the links should go, all those weird learn mores and stuff like that. I made up basically URLs for where we'll put the docs.
Okay. I also have a question for the QF score, passport score. I mean, no, every time that I want to show the passport banner, I ask the backend to refresh the user score. But we can use the score that stored in the user entity instead of this, and don't push the backend to refresh it, because maybe the passport has some limitation and rate limit for us, and maybe we would blocked by the passport. So the backend guys may help us, and also the PM may help me to which one is better for us. We're gonna have always the last and refresh the score, or just show the cache the score, and if user wants to update it, show the refresh button and click on it and refresh it again.
I mean, for me, it's fine if we want to cache it and click the refresh button, but I think the question is like for Mohammed or Carlos, if there's like a rate limit on when we can like get the data from Passport. Mohammed,
Can I add a question? I think Mohammed and Carlos have implemented most of it, and the user we submit the passport by through the impact graph, right? So am I right, Mohammed, Carlos, that every time user wants to update his score, his request is passed through impact graph. We give him a message, he signs it, and we get it to submit, right?
Carlos knows better than me, but I guess yes.
Yeah. It goes through the impact graph to refresh, and to refresh his score, and also for the login that you mentioned.
Yeah. So based on my knowledge, the user score will not change. So it's safe to just read from our database, and don't ask for recalculating, updating your.
Okay, so I will change it. I should read it from the user entity. Am I right, Carlos?
Yeah. But
Okay,
I think. Well, I left the refresh endpoint because there was a view for that. But I think I can probably move part of this logic to a function, and before the donation is saved, update the score, like just in case maybe the person did something and his score changed. It's my only concern. So maybe like run a small refresh and double check that it's the right values.
When you check the user score, if you want to donate, if you want to check his donation.
Wait, what's your question? Sorry.
What was the
I
question?
mean, yeah, sorry. When you check the user score, for maybe if you want to match his donation, you should check the. Go ahead.
Basically, like the only time, I mean, the user can get their score up to the threshold anytime before the round ends, and then it's acceptable to be matched. But so like we can basically check the user score. We need to check the user score basically to give them the right information on like your donations are eligible, or like you still need to do something about passport. It's like basically just for the banners and things like that to give them the right messages. So I think we can I mean we can refresh the user score when the user wants to refresh their score. Like when they're like, I did something different in Gitcoin Passport. Can I check again, you know? And then
Yeah,
not
okay.
have to like always check it without them having to do something. I think that's why these update score buttons are there actually. And like I was wondering, you know, I was like thinking where to make all the links. I think update score is the refresh button. Yeah. Okay. And then like go to
So
passport.
we're leaving it.
Go ahead, Carlos.
So we're leaving it more like manual to
Yeah.
refresh his score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is
No,
that
I was
okay?
just wondering that since it's manual, maybe someone forgets to click it for whatever reason. And so at some point, that's why I said when the donation is being saved, I rerun the refresh function so that we actually have the right values.
Hmm.
So that will be the only place I would refresh the user score, just in case.
On the donation, like so that we give them the right, your donation will be matched thing.
Yeah.
That's okay. So like on the passport banner, basically we can have it so that like you don't need to refresh the page every time the passport banner appears. In that case, the user has to click update score. But when they're actually going on the donate page and they are making a donation, then we refresh their score. So the very last page, like you have confirmed your donation, actually has the right information based on their up-to-date score. Is that something we can do?
But I mean, they have to manually go to Passport to update their score, right? I mean, it seems like a needless use of compute power to refresh their score without them
Yeah.
manually going in there and clicking buttons every donation. Like if someone donates and then goes and then donates again and then donates again, are we refreshing their score every time they donate?
We
Well,
are not right now. That was my question. Like, when do we refresh it? Maybe every time they are about to donate or during the donation.
The thing is, their score almost doesn't matter. Like they're gonna have like a very small score. So like if they have this banner that's your donations are eligible to be matched, then like that's all they need. Like it's gonna be very rare that someone goes and updates their passport score and isn't eligible. It's not like having a higher score gives them more donations or anything, right?
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter because also we're saying like, and you can refresh your score even if it's like they're not eligible. We're saying in all of our communications like, refresh your score before this date. So then they could, you know, it's not like your donation won't be matched. It was like, you know, it's like we're not telling them anything scary about their score. So I think it's okay. We can just refresh their score when the user clicks update score either in the banner or on the QF/passport page. Like the page where we have the scores and the thresholds. Yeah. And only when they click update.
Okay. And if you want to use this way, I mean, just show the user score from our database. Maybe we don't need all of these states that we have no, for example, we don't need the user to sign in to show his score, and after he click on the update, we should ask him to maybe connect his wallet or sign in message or something like this. That's right. It's okay, because we don't need the sign message when we get the password score from the backend, and we only show it after the user want to refresh it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Great. Well, thank you all for the demos, Sharik, and cool. So it's like basically what we need from the back end, what came out of this that we need from the back end that we still don't have is just that one issue that I posted in the chat that's like post round matching funds and number of donors for that, right?
Yeah, I asked Mohammed, and I think the best thing is to also make a view for that so that we save those values. I know we talk a lot about it, but yeah, it's good if we can talk with Amin later about it and see what's the best way, because I
Yeah.
know there's also manual effort in there.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Lauren? Is that like we, for example, see all the donation things and you mark some of them as confirmed? Other donations, or is it all different?
You mean the thing I'm talking about with like the post round, the thing I'm talking about right now, the
Yeah.
post round funds? This is basically after we finish the round, we will take the transaction data of all the donations that happened during the round, and we'll do some Sybil analysis and then like basically kind of manually remove some of them and say these ones are not eligible based on other people's like looking into them. And then we will manually do the calculation for how much funds to send out and then do a disperse from the donation.eth multisig. It's like Giveth will then, the multisig will manually send the funds as a donation. And then what we need to do is like we need to show what amount of funds was sent from donation.eth to each individual project after the round, like by that like manual action. So that's where, because we need that because basically it shows on the donation tab and it says like how much funds your project got in the end, you know?
Okay. So the flow can be like this. For example, we provide a list of donations in Admin or somewhere else for you guys. You review all of them and you make them confirm or not, because the transaction has happened without QF. We assume that they're not part of the QF, so we need that data. We cannot delete the whole transaction or the donation data. We can add a kind of true or false on donation, and we can say that is for this round is approved for QF or not.
I feel like that's going to be, I don't know. To me, that seems like a lot more work every round to manually say yes or no on which ones had to get removed from Sybil versus, but I don't know. And I think like the backend guys can tell me, but like, I think it would just be easier to see like, to check to see this one transaction and how much funds got sent and then just like show that on our front end. Rather than like someone having to manually say, not this one on hundreds of donations, you know, every round.
You can select all, for example, from the top of the column and exclude, for example, some of the donations maybe. I'm thinking about a way that, you know, we can keep the old donations. I don't know. Is it clear for you guys, the backend guys? You know, I just want to initiate discussions.
No, actually, I didn't get it. Do you talk about adding something in admin.js to verify the donations that are in the QF round is eligible for that? Are you talking about that or something else?
Yeah, that's what he's saying, basically. I think he's saying, and Monique, tell me if I'm wrong, I think he's saying like to calculate or to show using our calculations, like how much matching funds goes to the project, we can just take the donation data and have someone in admin bro say, this one was removed, this one was removed, like say not eligible on some of them. And then like that number, this number here, this like actual matching funds amount will be like calculated from our back end, basically. But that's one way. And then the other way I think is like if we just like take the data from the blockchain of the actual dispersed transaction and we're like, this is how much funds got sent. Which I think is better. I think that's better.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe we can just add like a field in the QF round, actual matching funds, or related to a project, a new entity, and just put the number there based on the transaction.
I don't think that we should show old wrong data. I don't think if our estimated match was wrong, then let's just replace it with the the actual money that was sent everywhere. And if we want transparency over like which accounts we were rejecting, we can just publish these addresses were rejected, and here's the final data. I mean, Gitcoin doesn't publish any more than that. Bitcoin, I don't even think Gitcoin publishes the addresses that were rejected. They just publish the donation amounts that you received and the matching amounts, and that's it. So I don't think there's any expectation for us to do anything more than that.
I think that's best. It's basically just like it eliminates all kinds of human error and all kinds of like work post round for lots of different people who would have to like manually go and think all these things. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, go ahead, Mooney.
So the task is going to be writing a cron job. Just want to make sure that it's clear for backend guys what they want to do and it meets the requirements or not.
Well, I'm not sure yet, but it would be simple to just make a service in the admin.js, indicate which round and put the TX hash there, maybe of the disperse. So which round it is and the TX hash, and maybe we can then get the data. Well, but I'm not sure. We have to plan it. I'm thinking still what would be easier.
Yeah.
I think,
okay. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think the problem is clear, but the solution still needs discussion.
Maybe for the first round we just do it manually, and we don't try to automate anything, and then we automate it for the next rounds.
Yeah.
The problem is that the data that we currently have, for example, each donation that you make in the database, it has its QF rounds. Also, we calculated the matching, and we have this data in all rounds. That it might get, in other rounds, that we have to filter them out of it.
Just post when the round is not active. When the round is not active, the matching amount, or the estimated matching amount can still be whatever, but then we'll change it. And when it actually says this is the matching amount, the real matching amount, that's like, we have to change that. It's like the round is over. This is what actually was sent. Estimated matching is like a made up number. It's like a not real number that's like, based on data, not including like all kinds of Sybil things that could go wrong and not considering passport score and all these things. So
yeah, I understand.
It's
but maybe if we check it with the blockchain, we remove that QF rounds from donations after we check it with the network. Because if you want to, have it somewhere, it's a data, it's not just matching fund, because in the donations, we have this QF, and we're not sure that it's Sybil attacked or not.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those donations can still be part of the QF round, and they still have the label on them. It's all fine. And then just the matching funds amount it considers like Sybil. It's like it was done in that QF round, so it can still have the label and everything. We don't need to do any like changing of whether the donation was eligible or not later. that
Okay.
that donation still is valid. Like someone still sent that money to the project, even if they were a Sybil attacker.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. I want to move to like spend a little bit of time on Giveth Pro. I was hoping that yeah, okay. Let's try to take a moment on Giveth Pro. Unless there's any more backend concerns for QF that you guys want to bring up right now. Oh, great. Okay, good. Yeah. Mitch is getting antsy about QF, and Amin wants to go and hang out with his son. So I'm like feeling pressure from the group. Anyway, I want to talk briefly about Giveth Pro and maybe just give Amin a moment. Did you have a chance to review the contract specifications, Amin?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? Okay. Yeah, I look at that. It was good, you know, not much has changed since last design, and it looks good. Thanks,
Oh,
Mitch.
cool. That's good. Awesome. I also did you need anything else? Do you have any specific questions, Mitch, or?
No, I don't think anyone else is gonna look at this. So it's like, okay, do I start writing it? And then if that looks good, then I have something to work on.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's okay if if can Mitch go ahead and let's start like writing these contracts? You think that there's like no issues with like what you reviewed and send him to the wilderness?
Yeah, you know, by the way, it looks good. If by any little chance, if something happens, you know, some logic is we find any flaw in it, we can discuss it later and fix it. I think it's not a big deal. We can proceed. We can go ahead and build it. And Mitch is very fast in
Great.
development these days.
Great.
Great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. What else do I have here? Optimism, give backs, and give power. Definitely want to check in on that. And maybe we can just kind of start with like an update on the give power test contracts. I know you guys were like running tests. Like, do you have any updates or like any blockers?
I finished the Give Power Optimism tests and submitted a PR for Amin to check out. Amin knows about it already. And then kind of the same place we were with Givebacks. I mean, it's there, ready to go on staging. So
we just need the front end basically. Do you think we should get should we still ask Sam? He said he would give it a review. And now
review
it's like
what?
the contracts for Give Power and Optimism.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, we just finished the test yesterday, so there was more changes. So I don't know if you want to go about asking Sam to look at it, or I don't know how we handle
If you're
that.
at a point where you're like, and this is all we're going to change and we're happy now, then I think that's the point we should ask Sam.
Okay.
Is that
Cool.
now?
Well, Amin just needs to review the PR.
Yeah,
And then we'll
if you
get Sam to look
please,
at it.
yeah, give me a few days, you know, maybe one day at least to review it myself first. Maybe it
Mhm.
would be good to maybe we need to add some tests. I'm not sure. I should look at that because you know basically give power and unique give power basically are doing different things. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, actually, there are two layers. One is the staking and one is locking. And the base layer has changed a lot.
Mhm.
I would, yeah, if you give me a few days to, you know, if we are not in a rush, I can review it and then let you know to pass it to Sam for more review.
That sounds good. That sounds good to me. So can you keep me in the loop? I mean, like, if once you're ready, I can ask Sam or coordinate with him, or I mean, you can coordinate with him directly, but I'm also happy to. Just keep me posted on like when you're able to review the PR and if you are okay with it and if you need anything else.
Yeah, yeah, I will keep you posted. That I will let you know, and then you can ping some.
Great. Awesome. Okay, I think that is all we need from Amin. This is all I. So Amin, if you want to go celebrate your son's graduation, you can go, but nobody else leave because I still want to keep talking about the rest of it.
Thank you. I can wait a few minutes if there's something important.
As you wish. As you wish. What I wanted to do is just kind of pass it to Cherrik again. And Cherrik, you mentioned you wanted to demo the changes for Optimism givebacks and GiveStream, and that you might have some questions on GiveStream.
Actually, I can demo, sorry, but I don't have a question for it about it. Yeah, just the demo, and it's not a big deal. Just the change the drop down for, let me show what GIVeconomy or so. Go live. Okay, I just changed. We have two changes for the GiveeConomy. The first one is let me connect the wallet. Yeah. Here we are. Optimism selected on the girly. You can change it. Yeah. Girly.
Nice.
And also for the GiveStream, let me go to the another, for example, sorry, go to the another chain, like Kovan network. Oh my God.
Oh
So
man,
my
you need to add a new
MetaMask didn't work.
Oops.
Yeah.
I think Kovan might have died.
Yeah, because of the Kovan. Yeah, this is because I chose the Kovan, and it's not working. The MetaMask has some problem. Let me close the. Sorry. Oops. You can go to GiveeConomy and check it. Sorry, I have a problem with my MetaMask. I just only I see a message on my MetaMask that says that this is deprecated and I can't close it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah. Oops.
Usually you have to remove the extension and then, not like fully, just like turn off the extension and then turn it back on and it should pick back up.
Yeah,
like restart the extension.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but it's just you added the basically the change network drop down, right, on GiveStream page.
The drop down and also the reward card that we showed, you are on the wrong network. Before this, we have two buttons for this. Go to the main or go to the Gnosis. But no, we show the switch button, and when user click on it, he can choose between the target network that we decide to user can change on it. So
Oh, nice. Testy McTester over here. I think it's on the GiveStream page, but also, yeah, cool. Okay, well that's great. And so basically these are the only changes for GiveStream and GiveBacks. Like, should we? I mean, GiveBacks is already like tested and we're okay to distribute like optimism givebacks, can we actually like move this to production soon, or like what are the next steps that we need to take in order to get givebacks on Optimism live? Because we're blocked by Give Power designs, but like this is the only changes: Give Stream page, Givebacks page, and so we need to start
table
distributing givebacks on Optimism.
table doesn't need any new icons or something like that that were on. It's because you select the network before. Okay.
Yeah, they are already on the GIVeconomy branch, so we can merge it to the production. But I don't know about the logic. Should we do anything more? For example, for Give. Go ahead.
I think all we need to do is, I mean, we can send givebacks out on Optimism already right now, right? Mitch, Mohammed, you're not paying attention, but I want you to. Pay attention.
Yeah. I mean, it worked, I think.
Yeah, because we were blocked by front end and design, and now like the small changes that were required are basically done. So you can claim your givebacks on Optimism. Everything like normal in our flow. It needs to be tested a little bit more.
It's only on Optimism Gorley. It's only on Optimism Gorley.
Yeah, but we need to get it on actual Optimism so we can start distributing givebacks on Optimism. Right now, all the donations on Optimism haven't gotten givebacks for like at least one round or two.
Yeah. Well, if there's a front end, like we should test it, like making donations, you know, and then like claiming them from like the UI and everything.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we should test like basically need to test making donations, distributing givebacks on Optimism Gorley, like
Because
claiming
how does
them.
it work? People make donations. We need to make donations on that chain and then get their givebacks on the same chain.
Yeah, on Optimism.
So people need to make donations to projects on Optimism Gorley and then claim those givebacks on Optimism Gorley.
Yeah. And Ashley, like Mohammed already set it up so that like those transactions are like separate, and we've basically just been holding off distributing any givebacks for donations made on Optimism.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Whoa. I just like hear like a weird sound suddenly, like ocean sound. Is that just me?
I've got a weird sound too.
Oh, okay, cool. Something weird just happened. I don't know, but okay. As long as we can still hear each other, I guess. You guys can still hear me, right? Do you hear the weird sound, like the ocean sound? Everyone hears it?
No, I did not.
I don't hear it.
I just reconnected.
Now it stopped. Now
Maybe
it
it's
stopped.
bug on my end.
Yeah, it's a stop.
Eric and Lauren has the same experience, but
Me and Cherik are just like tapped into like another dimension. Something weird changed in the Matrix. No, it's over though. Let's just go back. Only the AIs are hallucinating. It's like Battlestar Galactica when the Cylons start waking up and they're like hearing weird noises. Anyway. Cool. Well, I guess Cherik, Mitch, and I are Cylons. Okay. Optimism givebacks. Let's go back to that. So okay. Should we get like, I guess Mary Jaff's in this call, so should we like ask Mary Jaff, or Mary Jaff, could you test the donations on Optimism and then like distributing givebacks on Optimism Gorley and then claiming the givebacks on Optimism, and do this all in the GIVeconomy branch, basically?
But
What's the right
so
process?
we need to make donations. We need to make donations on Optimism Gorley because that's like the staging. So can we connect to the DApp on Optimism Gorley right now?
I think so. Can we? Yeah.
No, we can't. I think.
Oh
It's
no,
the
we
OP.
can't. Only on
the
real
OP.
Optimism.
Yeah. I have to change it. Yeah. Thank you, Mitch. I
Yeah.
think for
And then we'll need some.
Silo, we're using the testing environment for Silo, but for Optimism, it's a real network, and we have lots of problem in this network for donations and testing. Then this is a thing that we have to do, but yeah.
So we need to add Optimism Gorley to the DApp. Is that
Yeah, exactly.
like, what do we yeah, do I just create an issue for that? I mean, how involved is it to add a whole other chain to the DApp, the testnet?
We had we have the experiences before, the same things after I think it was happened to we replaced Quarterly with which network? I forgot the name. I think one of our test network has been duplicated and we have to replace it with Quarterly.
Kovan.
Rock,
fucking Kovan.
Rinkby.
Rinkby, yeah, Rinkby.
Yeah, my MetaMask sucks.
We have the same experiences, I think Cherik and everybody can say how much it takes, but it's unfortunately it has some backend, work, because we have to, for example, for verification of donations and some things, we have to set it up with this network. Am I right, Mohammed?
Yeah, for the front end, it's ready to change. It's really easy, but I think for the back end, we should have some cron jobs to verify the donations and something like that.
Verify
Go ahead,
the
yeah.
donation.
We do have apparently 40% of Carlos on Optimism this week. That's what I see. Optimism and bugs. Is this something? This is in scope, right?
It's a
And
QF unbox. I think you're seeing the right sheet, the rank sheet.
No, June 12 to 19.
Really?
I didn't make the rules, Monique. You made them.
Oh.
Look at this.
It's
So
supposed
beautiful.
to be
Ops and bugs. He's
Carlos,
60% on QF.
60%, 40% on Ops and bugs. Yeah. Ops and bugs, I mean Ashley's issues, not this one.
Yeah. He means operations, I think, or something like that.
Oh shit. Oh, this is OP over here. Okay. So we have nobody. Oh, who do we have? Oh, we have Cherik, but we need backend. We have Amin, 10%. Not much, huh? Okay. So maybe let's budget for this next week then in our resource planning and get some backend support on adding Optimism Gorley.
Yeah. I think maybe Carlos and Mohammed can say it better, but I think their services is too familiar. It's the same services with the OP, so it doesn't need too much work on the backend. We implemented OP, but we want to change it to Gorley.
Yeah, it can be done in half a day or a day, maybe. I think it doesn't take too much time, but I should see that.
Yeah. Let's do it next week. I think we have the resource planning already done for this week. We shouldn't change that. And it's almost the end of the week for you guys anyway. So if we can get this done like Sunday, Monday next week and get like Mohammed or Carlos on it, takes half a day. That sounds great. So I can just basically create an issue for this and then we'll just get it in the PQ for next week. We are at the top of the hour.
One really quick thing, cow swap. Mateo, do you need anything to push the cow swap thing out? Like, I think it needs a little design and some testing.
Yeah, basically testing, but Marco offered himself to do some review on the design. I'm waiting on that, but it's basically that. Not much. Improve the design.
Do you have any interest in testing this cow swap thing? I put the link in the chat.
Maria?
Sorry, I was distracted. What's happened?
So Griff just posted a link in the chat to a cow swap branch, basically, where Mateo is working on it. Maybe Mateo, you can explain what this is.
Yeah, in short words, if you see that little toggle below the Connect wallet, you can donate 1% of swap directly to the donation.eth address. So we want to improve the UX, but right now it's once you click the swap button, you will have the transaction being sent to the donation.eth address, and then you will do the swap, and that's it. You will see on the summary how the money is being handled. You can see there Giveth donation. If you hover over the tooltip, you will see that it says it's going 1% to this address, blah, blah. And yeah, it's quite simple to test, not much. So Marco is going to help us make it beautiful because it's really rough at the moment. If you're on Gorley, the best way, yeah, that's a good one. With Weth and Cow, it's perfect.
I should do it. Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, it's going to donation.eth, so it's not wasted.
It's squirrely anyway, because it's squirrely wet. Okay. Okay, yeah. So basically, Mary Jack, do you think you'll be able to test this a little bit? Are there issues for this that she can test?
It's okay. I think I can take it time to test it, but today and I plan to tomorrow test the QF. I don't know the parameters of this and QF.
QF is for sure